Morning routines. They're supposed to set you up for success. That's not true. They mostly fuck up your life. And we have proof. Let me explain through our favourite hangman impersonator, Bob. Bob has managed to craft himself the perfect morning routine. He wakes up early and lets the natural sunlight flood into his room. He makes his bed and ticks it off as his first win of the day. This is followed by meditation and journaling. 2 more ticks. He brews his morning coffee and drives to the gym in his car with his favourite podcast on. Tick, tick, tick. 6 ticks before 8 a.m. Bob's proud of himself, except he shouldn't be. There's one problem. Bob's morning routine is the reason he's going to fail. Here's why. Morning routines seem great, but most of the time they actually achieve nothing. Take a step back for a second and think about your goals. Getting rich, getting ripped, getting laid. Could be any or all of these. Here's the harsh truth. No amount of early morning meditation, reading, journaling or things like these will actually move you towards these goals. Morning routines are all about an area that we call meta-productivity. This is where people focus on the systems and ideas around productivity, which makes them feel like they're more productive, but doesn't actually make them more productive. They think that productivity relates to actions, not output. If you're in the gym 3 hours a day, 7 days a week trying to get jacked, and your buddy is in there only 3 days a week for an hour, but he's getting stronger and bigger faster than you, then guess what? He's actually being more productive. This incorrect focus on actions becomes even more pronounced if, like Bob, you're short on time. Between work, family commitments, and a slightly concerning Overwatch obsession, Bob has extremely limited free time. But one of his big life goals is to become a famous YouTuber. How's he doing on this goal? Well, he's made 1 video in the last 6 weeks, so pretty poorly. He blamed it on the fact that he has no free time. Sound familiar? Every single morning he has time. He could be coming up with video ideas, script writing or editing, but what's he doing instead? He's spending 30 minutes reading the newspaper, because that's what Jeff Bezos does every morning, and that's obviously the reason he's a billionaire. The truth is, most people use morning routines to procrastinate from doing the shit that really moves the needle for them. But morning routines also cause another problem that no one ever talks about, but one that we're about to talk about right now. A problem with how we think. Morning routines breed a mindset of fragility. What does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean we're calling anyone out as a fragile beta cuck soy boy. No. What it means is that people mistakenly tie their ability to perform how well their morning routine goes, which is extremely destructive. Why? Because productivity is not about perfection. It's about perseverance. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it, like when you've had a shitty night's sleep or you feel a little under the weather. Like that one morning last week when Bob forgot to set his alarm, so he didn't have time for his usual morning rituals. This completely threw him off for the rest of the day. This ability to only perform under perfect conditions will kill your productivity over the long term. You're not an athlete who needs to be perfectly primed to give your best performance. You just need to do the f***ing work. In fact, you should push yourself towards anti-fragility. What does this mean? It means when things are going wrong, you should push yourself harder to do the work, becoming stronger in the face of stress. So does this mean we should all just abandon our morning routines altogether? Well, Bob just did. So let's see how it turns out for him. After scrapping his morning routine, Bob's decided to wake up whenever. Sure, he misses the odd 9 a.m. call because of this, but whatever. Anyone who organises a 9 a.m. call deserves to be ghosted anyway. If he does wake up earlier, he lies in bed, scrolls TikTok for a bit until he drags himself out of bed to open his laptop to pretend he started working. He's groggy, doesn't feel like his usual self. He's also missed the gym for the last 3 mornings and he's too tired to go after work. This doesn't seem to be working either. No structure at all has left Bob lost at sea, not knowing what to do. So the obvious question here is, what the f*** should we do? Having an overly complex morning routine wastes time, but having no routine at all sucks too. Well, stick with us for the end of the video, because we're about to reveal exactly what you need to do. Imagine you're sick. Maybe you have a cold. Maybe it's that rash you've been meaning to get checked out, but keep forgetting about. You could decide to take no medicine at all, but that's not really a good idea if you're looking to get better as quickly as possible. On the flip side, you could load yourself up with as much medicine as humanly possible. Sure, it'll help you get better, but overdosing on medicine tends to come with an unfortunate side effect: death. The right thing to do to get better is to take what's called the minimum effective dose. This is the smallest dose required to help you get better. Morning routines are the exact same. You need to figure out what's the least amount you need to do each morning to be maximally productive in that day. Stop the journaling, the reading, the meditating, and instead only work on things that will really move the needle for you. Training hard, writing that blog post, editing that video, building your business. It could be anything, but it needs to push you forwards towards what you want to achieve. This is what you have to do if you want to win.